Hi and welcome to Drive Spark. As you can see, we are at an off-road event and we are taking the all-new MG Magister for an off-roading, a very hardcore off-roading. We have Mr. Tejas with us, who will be our instructor, who will be taking us around. So let's quickly hop inside the car and go around this track. And we have Mr. Tejas, who will be taking us around over here.
Okay, so when you get the car, it'll either be in two-wheel drive or four-low. If it's not in four-low, shift to neutral, foot on the brake, and switch on the center diff button. So when you press the center differential but lock button, it'll automatically take your car into four-low. Okay? Once you're done, the light is steady. Shift back to drive. I want two hands on the steering at all times. Okay, today the whole thing is as slow as possible and as fast as necessary. Now, first obstacle that I have here is side slope. Now, why do we show you a side slope? What is the prime reason for showing you a side slope? Now this is a ladder frame SUV. So it's anyways higher. It's got a lot of weight, which is ideally higher. And ladder frame SUVs don't like to be tilted, or when they're cornering, they tend to topple. So here we are trying to show you that there's so much of weight concentrated lower down that we can do more crazier angles, and because it's a wide car, you can even tilt further. So we are looking at right now 33, 34 degrees. We've taken it to 38 degrees also when we were testing it. So she can do a lot, and that gives you more confidence to corner at a better speed. That doesn't mean you overspeed, but just gives you a little bit more confidence.
Mind you, we have 5 people in the car.
Okay, the next thing I have is the CCO zone. So before I get into the CCO, the crowd control operations, what I want to show you is how would you do it without a CCO. So if you have to climb this mound, we are going to go in the normal way. So give gas, modulate the throttle so that we have lesser wheel spin. And now there's a sharp right drop. Now, your ideal cardinal rule of off-roading is you will always go down on hill descent control first gear. You will never go down a hill on brakes.
Okay.
But right now, you've designed this slope. It's a very short slope, and I'm going to let you do the wrong thing. But then you will understand why it is wrong and what you will do in the next obstacle. So right now, I want you to go down on brakes. You see, I've turned right. But my car, once I hit the brake, is going to go straight down. So when I do this, if I'm going on the brakes, you see it's still going straight instead of going that way till I don't release the brake. Okay? So that is why you should never use brakes when you go down, because if this was a longer slope, you could have gone sideways and then toppled. So what is CCO? It's your basically, if I put in a very layman term, it is your cruise control for off-road. I can press it. I can do it while I'm driving. It says target gear 1. From the steering wheel, I can change my car speed to fast or slow. I'm not going to give any gas, no brake. The car is automatically going to adjust RPM to keep the speed constant. So it stays between 3 and 4 kilometers an hour. And it will adjust RPM accordingly. So it's more like a video game, kind of point and shoot. Let the car do everything else. Once you're right up here, hit back on the brake because I want you to adjust your downhill angle. Also remember, when CCO comes on, your hill descent control gets active automatically. So now that you've adjusted your line, you're right, you're fine. If you want to straighten it a bit, what I do is leave the brake, and CCO now takes care of it. So now while coming downhill, I can still have steering input. If I want to go faster and exit this pit, I just increase my target gear setting to 6, and she's suddenly going faster now. If I want to slow down,
So the acceleration is happening automatically.
So unlike normal cruise control on the road, CCO won't deactivate if you hit the blinks.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to manually deactivate it.
But it'll slow down the vehicle, right?
Yeah, it'll stop the vehicle also. if
But
you hit the brake.
as soon as you leave the brake,
It'll come back to what
start
it was.
crawling again. Okay.
So we've got some chicken holes. Now here I want to show you basically steering damping. That there's no major vibrations or no feedback on the steering. which is annoying when you hit a pothole. Even if I let go of the wheel, it doesn't run away, even though these potholes are all staggered. The car is not running away anywhere. Okay. Next is your autocross zone. So back to neutral. You want to go fast. Switch off 4 low. Now here basically I want to talk about is it's a 5-meter SUV. So it's big but it doesn't feel like a truck. So if I go fast, and I've got a tight track, sharp turns, extremely sharp turns and a narrow track, but she's still quite nimble. Right? So now we are back to the articulations. So shift back to neutral. Center diff lock first. Rear diff lock second. Front diff lock third.
All
So-
three locked.
Yes, now you're locking all 3. But remember one thing, whenever you lock any of the 3, steering should be straight.
Okay.
And when you disengage also, steering should be straight. If your diff locks are on, avoid turning. Avoid taking turns.
Okay.
Okay. Also, avoid using front differential lock as far as possible.
It's just when it's necessary.
Only when it's absolutely necessary.
Okay.
Okay, because your wheels are turning, you have a severe mismatch of wheel speed, but diff locks won't let that wheel speed mismatch happen. So you could land up, if you get a lot of high traction, you could land up breaking something. And this is any car. It's not just about this car. Okay, so enter slowly. Get your foot on the brake.
And for this articulation, we have to use all these different.
Correct. Because you're going to get cross axle, where 2 wheels at any time have no traction.
So what if you said we didn't engage the front diff lock? What would happen?
Nothing will happen.
It'll come out, right?
It will still come out because the rears are still
Okay.
locked, no? So now at this point, when I go to that side, I'm going to tilt or tip over to my left. So as a safety precaution, I would always tell you to turn towards this direction of
Left.
perceived topple.
Okay.
So 10 o'clock. Start going very slowly. As soon as you feel the tip on the brake, okay? As soon as you feel the tip. Okay, I'm going to tip on the brake. Okay? Once the car is stable, get your steering back to center. Again, now tilt is that side. You turn into the direction of tilt. On the brake. And when you brake, just gentle brakes. No hard braking, no sudden braking, no transfer of weight. Straighten the wheel again and exit. Once you're out, again reverse order of disengagement. So front diff lock off first, rear diff lock off second. We still keep the center on, but then we're still off-roading. So these are minor humps. So this is where your brake traction control comes into play. So just keep constant acceleration and she'll go through. If you play with the accelerator here, you'll get stuck. But then brake traction control won't kick in. You need to climb the hill so wide. Okay, so back on the mount. Again, we can use CCO. You can choose your speed that you want to climb. If I'm really bored, I want to go faster, I can use setting 6.
But you can accelerate on this as well, right?
Yeah, I can. But why? What's the whole point of
No, I mean,
rolling?
if you get
Yeah.
stuck, you can give gas.
You can give gas and you can override it.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you leave the gas, if like you set it at 1, you've accelerated and you've gone to a higher speed, it will automatically move from 1 to 6. So when you leave the gas, you need to know that it's not going to come back to crawl 1.
Oh, okay.
It will go to the highest crawl speed.
So that you have to manually override.
Then you have to set
Okay, manually set it.
or get onto the brakes. Also remember, CCO works in reverse. So let's say I went down this ditch and then I realized there's no way ahead. I can use CCO and
Okay, reverse.
Reverse gear also your the CCO works. So switch it off now and so if you don't like this too much of engine revs, just use your paddle shifters to go to higher gear.
No.
Because follow you get a lot of high revs.